Okay. Hey guys, Funky Gamer here, and we're gonna be playing Final Fantasy 15, which, to me, is one of my favorite games of all time, with a few other games like Doom, like the new one, and Infinite Warfare, Dragon Age Inquisition, and Mass Effect 3. Those are like a few of my top favorite games of all time. So I have played this game before in completion, but I had fun, but I didn't have too much fun near the end because, for starters, the boss was like level 40, I was like level 99. It was kind of unfair. So we're going to start our game from scratch. We're not going to do carry items because that's going to make it too easy. So we're going to do normal. Since I already know how to play, we're not going to do tutorial. So yeah, this is one of the games where I was been dying to play for so long after hearing about it. It looks so much better. Well, it didn't look. Better way to phrase it was, it looked way different like all the previous Final Fantasy games. So I felt like, oh, this is amazing. Like for starters, I started on Final Fantasy 13 2. Then I went to Final Fantasy 13. Then I went to Final Fantasy 14. And then I went to Final Fantasy 15. So I'm not a beginning fan of the series. I started like the ones that people don't like the most, would understand the hate. It wasn't the greatest, to be honest. It was good, but not the greatest. So, I would love to have like his outfit. It looks so cool. Yeah, but then people will think, oh, you look stupid. Like, you look ridiculous. I'm surprised he's not dead. Or any of them. I'm surprised none of them are on fire. Despite him just being the god of fire, pretty much. I do not remember his last name. Could know his last name is Satine? Whoever it is. And thus we ends the intro. Or prologue? Or future sense? I don't know what you call it. You call it something. To be fair, this game looks so much better than a lot of games that are coming out right now, and a lot better than all the previous Final Fantasy games. Especially these cutscenes.
Set forth with my blessing, Prince Noctis.
Thank you.
I feel like these cutscenes are the same quality as the movie Kingsglaive that they did for this game. Or it might actually be.
Right.
God, they seriously do look like a boy band. Now that I think about it. He's their angry manager. That face he just did, like, I'm not pleased with your songs.
So much for royal protocol.
Not like you had to deliver a formal address.
This is like the Japanese version of One Direction.
What now?
The spike here does not help the case of this
I fear I've
situation.
left too much unsaid. You place a great burden on those who would bear with you.
You're one to talk.
I ask not that you guide my wayward son, merely that you remain at his side.
Indeed, Your Grace.
We'll see the prince to Alticia if it's the last thing we see.
Yeah, what he said.
I forgot that
Break
these
this up.
cutscenes are long.
Of course, got the motor running. Drados, he's in your hands.
And another thing. Do mind your manners around your charming bride-to-be.
He makes him sound like he's a slob.
Your Majesty as well. Try to mind yours around our esteemed guests from Niflheim.
You have no cause for concern.
Nor do you.
Kinda
Take heed.
do,
Once you
because
set forth,
Niflheim is like
you cannot turn back.
pretty
You
much
think
a
I would?
dictatorship, and they just want to collect every kind of land.
I need only know that you
So you
are
kind of
ready
should be
to
worried
leave
about them.
behind.
Don't know
Even
about
though-
you, but I'm
Actually,
ready
yeah,
as I'll
even
ever
though they
be.
can't get in without
Take
your
care
approval,
on the
so you
long
kind
road.
of got to be cautious with them.
Wheresoever you should go, the line of Lucis goes with you.
God, wait, is he on stairs or he's just really taller than him?
My son.
One problem I have with this game, long ass loading times. Like for this parts. Like parts like these, they're annoying. But like other loading screens, yeah, they're pretty short, so I'm cool with that. But this one, god damn, it's long sometimes. Oh, there we go. Only took a goddamn about 2 minutes to do it. Is that a bug? They should really be on the side of the road if they're crash. But no, they have to block an entire
I
lane.
think we can forget about hitching our way there. Thought people were friendly outside the city.
You can
Nah,
only go so
everyone's an
far on
asshole.
the kindness of strangers.
Everyone's an asshole in their own
You're
part
just
of
gonna have to
own
push it
certain
all the
way.
I've already pushed myself to the brink of death.
God, why the hell are they all wearing black when it's like probably 90 degrees in that desert, or
Car's
maybe
gonna move
100?
itself.
They just want to be they just want to die of dehydration.
I thought the car was supposed to move us.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Can it? Ready, steady.
Go on, push. Oh, apparently I thought the right trigger, not the right trigger, the left stick moving forward was the way to move it. Nope, it wasn't. It was the right trigger. Would have been great if they told me that. Oh, they did. It's on the right side. I did not see it. The mic is blocking my view of that corner.
Exactly a fairy tale beginning, huh, Prince Noctis?
We let ourselves get carried away.
God, imagine if the game actually made you
Let's just hope this isn't some
push this car all the way to the gas station, which is about past that mountain and past the mountain after that mountain.
Won't even notice if we just let
I would kill myself.
Pronto.
That's too much.
Don't even think about
It's
it.
realistic,
Save
but
some breath for
no
pushing
man should go through that pain.
Come on, time to
The
switch.
pain of pushing a car forever.
We just switched back there.
And it's my turn.
I do like this music in the game.
My
God, the
hands
car's
are
dirty.
killing me.
I love how they created some. I think they created this music for the
Easy there,
game.
tough guy.
Especially this song right now is going on. I think they created
Hold the phone.
it for
Is it
this
just me? Or is
game.
it supposed to be way closer?
Really good. I like it a lot.
I assure you, the map is correct.
The map said Hammerhead was right there.
Literally next door.
That is a massive.
Looks that way.
Is that a billboard?
Map of the world.
Or is that a power line? That is a power line, and it is freaking massive. Jesus Christ. The ones in real life are not that big.
The world's a big old
And
place.
what'll happen if I'll stop?
Tell that to my legs.
I can still turn the cutscene.
Hard as I can.
Yeah, look, it's all the way over there. God, that would have taken me about 30 minutes just to get over there by pushing. Hammerhead. Yeah, I know there's some common things that happen in Final Fantasy, like crystals, and apparently Sid is also one of those kind of things. Like apparently he appears in a few or all the Final Fantasy games,
Now, which one's the
but
prince?
he just pops out of nowhere like a
Hello,
gopher.
Your Highness.
But yeah, so like I don't know that kind of stuff. So forgive me for my
Lady
unknowingness of this
Luna's glad
series.
to be here in Hammerhead.
Apologies for taking so long.
You best save your apologies for Pawpaw.
She's a odd
Cindy.
character they chose to do for a
Sid's
Japanese
grease
game.
monkey granddaughter.
Roll her in while I'm still young. Didn't your daddy tell you?
Both of these people are
She's
very
a custom classic, not some beat-up old clunker.
odd characters for a Japanese game. Despite, yeah, I know they don't have to be Japanese, but like
Prince Noctis.
you kind of don't see these kind of characters from Japan usually, unless like
Prince. Like they took your old man and
unless
kicked the
like there's some games that do it. Like I know,
You got a long
well, this game
way
for
to go,
starters, and
son.
there's some other ones, but I don't know for sure.
Just getting you nowhere
I'm not trying to be
fast.
racist or anything. I'm just saying though, like you don't usually see these kind of characters, this kind of accent or voice
She's gonna
type,
take a while.
kind of uncommon.
Y'all get her in and run along.
Y'all heard him. Let's get moving. Right this way.
Now we play the waiting game.
Never liked that game.
Never any good at it either.
And now we begin. So come on, talk to her.
Y'all ain't never been out this way before, have you? Go on, have a look around. This'll make sure y'all don't get lost.
I'm surprised that world map can fit on that little tiny map. Actually, to be fair, this world's not that
Might as well make good use of the extra.
big. Let's see. Wait, there's time. I don't. What the hell is this? Okay, I never knew about this. Apparently, there are. Apparently, there are special time quests I did not know about. That's good to know.
Whoa! Russian Pawpaw won't do you no good.
See, once. Oh! Wait, hold on. So,
Can't believe the port's closed.
I know that woman is of that frog lady that she forces you to collect frogs. I know that. So I feel like they showed some of the characters you're not gonna meet for a long time for a while. Or maybe she actually does she appear here? I'm not sure.
A moment, Knock.
Yeah, we're broke, I know that.
Expended the last of our funds on the repairs.
You should have told me that before I made myself a fool.
Cindy.
Broken down and flat broke.
Adding insult to injury.
We weren't gonna give that much money to begin with. So what do you expect?
Old man's in for both after charging us that much.
She ain't gonna be ready for a while.
Jesus Christ, we're so close to her. Ask for a loan. Great. So the person you're asking to repair their car for you, you're asking a loan from. Very professional.
Oh, now I get it. This must be what Pawpaw meant when he said he was
Sure.
gonna teach them boys a lesson. Told me he ought to have y'all take care of some ornery varmints that have been causing a ruckus around here. I'd be happy to pay y'all for your services if you're up to the challenge. How about it?
All according to Sid's plan. I say we play along.
They're not gonna be too hard.
Teach him not to underestimate us.
Sure, that's it. So I didn't know that. So I'm guessing because I haven't played this game for a while. Last time I played the game was at the beginning of the holiday DLC they did for that
But don't go running around
Chocobo
after dark.
event.
The demons are liable to rip y'all to shreds. Here,
That's the only
this oughta
time
be enough for a place to stay. Just between
That's the last
us,
time I
though.
played this
Don't
game.
Tell Pawpaw.
So I wonder if they actually added more stuff because I remember they were thinking about changing some stuff of the episode 13, I think it was. Like they're planning to change some of that stuff because
Looks like we found
yeah,
our first
like I remember it was insanely hard. Not it's hard, it was just annoying to kill some of the creatures because like one of the things I had to kill was a giant Spiderwoman, and dodging only took that much, a little bit of her health away. So I didn't want to like. So what I did was like I just used the life steal ability, and that took about like a minute constantly just to like kill her. And that was annoying because like it's like, this is painful. Just end my life right now because I didn't want to do anymore. And then like sometimes she'll knock me down. It's like, can I continue again? Great job. So it was just painful to do. I hope they change it though, because like it was kind of boring also. It wasn't that much fun, to be honest. So I was hoping maybe they added more cutscenes, or they added some more story, or maybe they added less enemies. I haven't got to that part, so maybe I don't know if even they added that yet. Because I do know Gladious' chapter is coming up, which is I can't wait for, because it actually looks because I actually like that the DLC explains why some of the characters are happen during their little things, like the first one episode is gonna be about Gladious and why he left, like what he did during the time he left. The second episode is gonna be about Ignis and how he got his eye injury. The third episode is gonna be prompted when he fell off the train and how he got back to the group, or how he got captured really. So I can't wait to watch that, because I want to play those level DLCs, because I want to know that shit. I want to know what happened to him. I know people saying, oh, they just did it because they wanted to get money and all that, but like, I do understand that they might have done that to begin with, but like, it would be a weird change of pace if they just randomly just changed characters, had them by themselves, and just did like a mini campaign. That would be weird to do. And so it makes sense that they separate into DLC. So I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and let them do it. But I can understand why people are irritated by DLCs just in general, especially at like DLCs where are very important to the story. Like I can't think of a game on top of my head. I'll just say Metal Gear Solid. How?
What can I say?
Actually, not even that. I think.
Who could this be?
Nice. Mission complete.
Mass Effect would be a good example,
Actually, we just finished.
based on how much DLC they give for those games. Jesus Christ, yeah. Like for instance, they have for like episodes for like Mass Effect 2, they have all that, all those DLCs. Like do important stuff like the Shadow Broker one, Kazumi, and also the
We'll take a look.
that mercenary guy. I don't remember his name, but either way. So let's get back to this. So Final Fantasy 15, yes, it has changed the games. I hope all the new Final Fantasy games, if they do create more, which they probably do based on how much this game made how much money this game made. I wish they keep them like this, and keep them like this third person free fighting, not turn-based, because turn-based was annoying. I don't like it that much. He's like, oh, okay, you attack him, now he attacks you, now you attack him, and now he attacks you, blah blah blah. It's just a concept. That's not fun. That's not true fighting. It's just okay, yeah, I know a bunch of, oh yeah, these enemies are smart, you gotta plan your strategy, you gotta get the right resource, you gotta get the right items to help in case you get problems. Yes, that is true, but that's not fun in my opinion. To me personally, it might be fun to you, that's fine for you, but for me it's not fun, because like I like to fight by skill and fighting. So like this kind of game I love it, because you fight, it doesn't take that much skill to be per se, but it takes more, it's more battle fun. That's why, like, for instance, that's why I like Fallout, because it actually takes a lot of skill. Not a lot of skill, but how the controls, how you fight. Like, you want to block upwards, you gotta put your sword upwards. If you want, like that kind of stuff. But I won't go too much in that. And this, I kind of like this, so I hope they stay with this kind of playing. If not, I'm gonna be annoyed, because like, you did such a great game.
What about the shack over there?
You did such a great game and such great change to it, and now you're gonna change it back? That's not fun. That's not good. You should keep it as one way or another, or not change it all. So they do change it, and we're pissed, because I need it to stay this way. I don't need it, but I want it to stay like this forever, because this is great.
What are we looking at?
This creature is known as a saber tosser. Skewers prey with its tusks.
I do kind of like that these, not QTE, yeah, QTE or whatever they're called.
That's a bit heartless.
They at least add some special, like the enemies can now do special, special attacks. Not special attacks, but like special actions because they did, like they grabbed onto you, and you were not able to pretend to stop it. So I kind of I like when games do that. So like for instance, I can't figure like, but let's get back. So I know like this game is not very, it is story heavy, like it's, and stories like I can understand playing the first game. I know I was playing like, oh my god, I've been waiting so long for this game to play it, but I understand now that yeah, the story is not the greatest. It's still great. It's still great. It's not the best in the world, but it's still great. There's some kinks in it that you can probably fix, but besides that, it's still a great story. They could have fixed really the boss by making it a little bit more. They did. It was interesting in my opinion, but maybe could have made it a little bit more intricate, and just not like one off all your friends. Just like, oh, they're not gonna take part in the fight anymore. So it's all by yourself. Yeah, I kind of like that. I actually like that part, but like things such as like your dad dying, and well, everyone should know that. But like that kind of stuff,
We'll take care of it.
they should have put that in the game. Well, they did put like how he ended in the game, but like they should have put more into like also what happened to Core. They should have put more stuff about Core because like he was barely, he like pretty much, he was the Godzilla of Final Fantasy 15. As in like Godzilla in the new movie, he just was in there for like 5 minutes. He was pretty much the Godzilla of Final Fantasy 15. They should have used him more, and which would have been good because that means
It would be wise to rest up.
it would be wise to do that because like how do you get a good story? How do you get a good story? You build characters up, you form a connection with them, you interpret their relationship, and then you connect with them, and that's when you feel emotion about them. So like when one die, you feel sad, or if like one, like when you finally get like revenge after being one of them being killed, or like you finally beat a guy that's been harassing you the time, you feel kind of like almost the same emotion. So it's like a kind of connection you get. But when games don't do that, and just like, oh, now we're just gonna just give you the story, maybe get a little bit of character development, not too much, but a little bit, so you understand these characters a little bit. But in this one, yeah, they didn't really focus everything on the group, but they did most of the time focus on them only. But besides that, they didn't give them that too much character development. Yeah, there was a lot of character development, describing them all that, but they could emphasize it more and also emphasize the other main characters, which would have made the game far more better, far more successful, because at doing that would have given people the ability to connect with the characters and make the game more emotional, more relatable. But instead, they just focus on the brothers or the friends too much and not enough. So overall, they could spend more time on the characters overall. But overall, it's still a really good game. Like, so like, the one thing I know about this game is that sometimes when you break an item off, not item, but like when you do a special attack where, for instance, the horns on top of his head, if I hit them hard enough, I will do a special attack which breaks their horn, which allows me to get as a resource. So like there's some, like for instance, there's some items in the game where I need to break off a horn off it like a unicorn, and the drop rate's very hard unless you can increase it by eating some special food and also hitting the horn primarily, which allows you to break it, and by breaking it you are given a higher drop rate for doing that, which I kind of like though, because when you do that, it's not like it's like, okay, you broke it off, now you have it. It's not like where it's still there, but it's not actually there. In this game, when you do that, it actually is gone, which I kind of do like, because that adds more more. See that right there? I broke them, but they won't respawn. They'll just stay gone forever. But I kind of like that thing because it adds realism to the game, because it's like, ooh, you broke that thing, now you can get it, which is kind of cool. It adds more realistic feel to this game.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Dave just called and said he's safe.
Dave?
Thanks for finding
Oh,
him.
right, that was the guy that we saved from that
Nice
barn.
work, y'all. By the way, the old girl's looking good as new. She'll be waiting at the garage.
Gotcha.
I was wondering, like, who started the idea about car as a girl, or like items like, say, oh yeah, she's my baby and all that. Like, I want to know, like, who created the idea of that, and like, why do people catch on to it?
Never let go.
Yeah, I understand, like, people like cars and all that, and like, yeah, she's my baby and all that, but like,
Keep one.
who's the one that coined the term, like, she, about like dealing with items? Like, why? Does it have to do something like gender-wise, like where, since males back then were believed to be above women, pretty much everything they owned was considered theirs, and since they always took care of their cars, they always counted as like a baby, so in this case a female, because they always thought they were weaker with them. So is that why? I don't know. It's kind of itchy issue to talk about, but still, I always wonder why. I don't think anyone calls anything like in that same situation
It's rude to keep a girl waiting. You better
by
apologize.
a guy.
What is that?
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck is that? That is a massive turkey.
Hurricane. That thing's like
That is a turkeyzilla.
storm half airship.
Imagine how much that thing would taste. How good that thing would taste.
Awesome in every sense.
I remember when I fought that thing. It took me about 2 hours to kill because I had no good weapons against it. All my weapons were only doing like 10 damage. So the only thing I could do was use a shield and dwindle its health away, which took about an hour, between an hour and 2 hours, which was annoying.
How far are we going?
Got plenty of time to figure it out.
Eyes forward.
Didn't mean to do that.
Okay, we're finally back. Now we can get the car back, which means no more walking.
about the wait.
Thank God, I hate games where like the map is massive and you just have to walk everywhere.
She's almost too pretty for the road.
She's back. We should all get a picture with her.
I did the one thing. Also, another thing I love about this game was how you can take how Prompto takes pictures and you can choose to save them or what, or delete them, whatnot, because those pictures become relevant
All the more reason to ride
at
with
the
Kate.
end of the game, because
Oh,
at the
and
end of the game,
before I
before you
forget,
fight the final boss, you have
would
to
y'all
decide which
mind
picture do you
making a
want to
little
take
delivery
with you,
for me?
and you can only take one, which is cool because if
Not
like
at all.
Perfect.
if they didn't have that, there's like no point in
Say
taking pictures.
yes.
Besides, like, yeah, you can post
So
them on
I
social
already
media
put
and
it
all
in the
that.
trunk.
You can have like, oh, here's my
There
library. These are my
should be
like
a motel on your
my
way to
my
Galden.
fondest moments.
If y'all wouldn't mind
Besides that,
taking
there's like
that
no
to the
point to
owner,
having them.
that'd
There's
be
no reason for
swell.
that be in the game.
Grandpa like
Yeah, and it's
grandkid.
not really a reason to have in the game still when you have it in the cutscene, but it's
Now that
still a
she's
better
all
reason to
polished
have
up
it.
and ready for the road, would you care to take her for a little test drive, Noct?
Now, another thing about her, about how I love this game, is that you can drive the car.
Sure. Why not?
And
You
I
don't have to
yield
leave it in
remind
English.
to
You can drive it as
exercise
well.
Caution.
Come on. And now we shall, let's, but we shall go here.
Everything in order?
Yep.
All right.
Ah, such a nice car. I do like this car ride. It's so smoothing. God, it look well. Let's be
Hammerhead
fair.
is
Just
like
looking through the
no
window.
garage ever. You know?
This
One would
game
expect
is
no
beautiful.
less
I can spend
enthusiastic
hours
crowd.
just driving,
once
admiring
this
this
road
until a
trip's
creature
over
comes
with.
out of nowhere and just rams our car. Just like,
No
oh, we
reason
gotta
we
fight
can't pay them
now.
a visit
Because that has actually
anytime
happened
we
before.
please.
I played the game
I'm sure
before,
Cindy
and
would
by
be glad to look
some
after your
miracle,
car.
a glitch
Oh,
occurred and the
right.
animal did not
So,
read that I was there,
that's
or the
what this
car
is
read that I
about.
was there and then
If you
stop.
need, I could always lend you the
The
regalia.
car didn't read the monster there, so that when I saw the creature, I don't know what it was. I think it was a behemoth. It was something big.
we're
It just
back in
ran the
Crown
car,
City,
and the car flipped,
I think I
and
better
boom,
score
I
my
was
own
dead.
wheels.
Great story to end. Because the next thing happened, boom, restart, and then restart the entire car drive, which was a pain because that car drive was fucking long. It was all the way from Hammerhead to like to the opposite side of the map, and I couldn't fast travel because I don't know why I couldn't fast travel. I think I didn't have any fast travel points available at the moment because this was still near the beginning of the game. I was just going there to the farthest end of the point because I wanted to collect that point, so like whenever I needed to go there, because I knew I had to go there no matter what. I had enough. I could fast travel, so I had to struggle and get through all those fast travels, but it was painful. It was well worth it, but still.
What do you say we pull over for a minute?
Yeah, my throat's bone dry.
Sounds like grounds for a pit stop.
Sounds like a waste of time and money.
So, I do like what you have to pay to. You have to pay to sleep at hotels, which is kind of more realistic. Which I can't. I love games where you have to do things in realistic ways, like you have to pay for hotels, you have to pay for food and all that.
We'll take it out of the
Necessarily, you
trunk,
don't really
so
have to
you
pay for a
all
hotel in this
just
game
sit
or
tight.
pay for food because you can just make it yourself. But I do like that there's this sense of realism when you do this stuff. That dog is very weird looking.
Umbra.
It would have been fine without the line under his eyes.
A dog can really track his scent.
Certainly knows how to find us.
How do you
Oh
always
my
know, boy?
god, that was a horrible
Just a sec.
choke, Ignis. That was just painful to hear.
Nice
I'm surprised that
flower.
flower's not ruined.
It's the same kind we sewed our crowns from. Oh yeah.
I feel,
Fill
isn't
blossoms.
she isn't she like 5 years or like she's like a few years
I
over
have a
Noctis's age.
favor to ask. Take the notebook with
I
you
think that's
when you
why.
go. Sure.
I find
That's
it
not all.
not weird, but like
I want you
kinda
to put
odd, but
something in the book and send
that
it
she's
back.
well, she is an oracle, so she can see the future. I think. Tenbrai. Got it. This is a douchey answer. It's like you're a dick. It's like, okay, I don't care about you. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye. I don't care. That one's okay, but this one's the best one. So let's say that this one. I do kind of like it though, because in Mass Effect, not Mass Effect, but like in Telltale series, if you don't click on the answer, you just don't say anything. But in this game, if you, wherever a finger hovers on, it will answer that question for you. So it could be a good one or a bad one. Doesn't at least it answers something.
You're not gonna tell me.
Then don't ask.
What was that about? You don't say.
Now that our work's done, let's see ourselves to Golden.
Okay, so we got not pretty far, but we did a good basic intro about this game. The reason why I did this video is because Gladious is episode trailer was released recently, and I thought I would maybe do the intro to remind people about this game and why they should be interested in it. So, if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe, and maybe I'll play more about this game. If you guys want me to play any other games, maybe for instance Infinite Warfare or Black Ops 3 or maybe that new game Astroneer, just post in the comments and maybe I'll get to it. Until next time, guys, see ya.